Suddenly red shirts flooding back, chance for Cristiano Ronaldo! 2-2! And Ronaldo becomes...
Football is one of the most popular sports in the world, so if you don't know who Cristiano Ronaldo is, there's a high chance you live under a rock. If you fall under this category, Cristiano Ronaldo has been considered the best footballer of the decade, with several awards and goals to his name. Some people even argue that Lionel Messi is the best, but that is a discussion for another day. For the past 10 to 15 years, only a handful of players have had the same impact Ronaldo has had on the game. But one thing we must mention above all others is that Ronaldo isn't just a footballer. He's a father, an Instagram influencer, and, most importantly, a millionaire. In 2019 alone, he made over $100 million, making him one of the highest paid athletes in the past recent years, with a net worth of over $450 million. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the things Cristiano loves so much that he blows all of his money on. But before we go any further, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Also, stick around to find out what Cristiano Ronaldo spends his money on the most. Without further ado, here is how Cristiano Ronaldo spends his millions. Wax statue. I know it sounds weird just to mention it, but what's the point of having money if you can't spend it on crazy things? We all know what an amazing physique Cristiano Ronaldo has. Well, apparently, looking in the mirror and seeing his chiseled body just isn't enough for him. He went to get a full-sized, real-life statue of him, detailed down to his hair. If you know anything about real-life wax statues, you would know that they don't come cheap. And for one as detailed as his, it costs a fortune. If you want to get one exactly like Cristiano's, be ready to cough up $30,000 and hire a hairstylist to take care of its hair. And he doesn't just have one of these, he has two. One in his primary home and the other at Madrid's Museum of Wax. Body. It's no longer news that top athletes spend huge on their bodies. I mean, why wouldn't they? Their body is their sole means of livelihood. The fitter they are, the better their performance. For someone as well-built as Cristiano Ronaldo, it doesn't come as a surprise that he spends thousands, even millions of dollars on his body. He's not the only athlete who spends such a huge amount on his body. It has been reported that LeBron James also spends up to $1.5 million a year on his body. So you can tell this is something they don't joke with. Cristiano hires an army of chefs, nutritionists, and personal trainers to make sure his body is in tip-top shape. Not only that, but he also spends hugely on personal training equipment and gear, and breaks the bank on this one. One of his biggest expenses so far has to be the $50,000 cryo chamber installed in his home in 2013. Cryotherapy is the practice of subjecting the body to temperatures as low as -264 degrees Fahrenheit to speed up muscle recovery and increase alertness. Because of this, Ronaldo can play back-to-back games without feeling tired or breaking down. Vacations. All work and no play, they say, makes you a very dull boy. With Cristiano Ronaldo, he isn't allowed the luxury of being dull. He has to be in excellent condition for every game. And for someone who works as hard as Cristiano does, he deserves some luxury vacations. He makes sure not to spare any amount when it comes to relaxing in style. If you are one of his many followers on Instagram, you would have realized that how much Cristiano loves traveling. He's been spotted in some of the grandest spots in the world, and we all know how expensive it is to even fly first class to some of these places. He also loves cruising, and although he doesn't own a yacht yet, he leases some of the best yachts, paying as much as $250,000 per week for them. He also loves to travel in style, and does so by slicing through the skies in a luxurious $60 million private jet. Not only is his Gulfstream G650 jet the fastest private jet in the world, but it is also customized by Nike and can take up to 18 passengers. Well, you know what they say, elites travel first class, legends travel private class. There's not a single doubt that Cristiano Ronaldo is an elite human being. Houses. There is nobody that is not willing to go big on houses. And when you have the money to spare, going big becomes the least of your worries. However, if you earn up to $100 million yearly, you can blow any amount on a befitting crib. I bet if you were Cristiano too, you wouldn't care the amount it costs to get a luxurious house. As we all know, anything Cristiano does, he does it differently. He doesn't have just one house alone, he has multiple houses scattered across the globe. His main residence, however, is his $6.2 million La Finca mansion, which features 7 massive luxurious bedrooms and 8 bathrooms spread over 8,600 feet. The house is located in one of the most exclusive communities in Madrid, and it also has a trophy room for his numerous trophies, a chef's kitchen, and a magnificent dining area. If there is anything Cristiano loves more than football, it is food and sleep, which explains why his dining area is so magnificent. The grounds feature a football pitch, a swimming pool, and also a hot tub. For security, he has 8-meter-tall fences around the property and a bevy of security cameras constantly monitored by his security team. He also has an apartment in the famous Trump Tower, together with some of the society's elite. For example, his apartment was formerly owned by an Italian business magnate named Alessandro Proto and is the inspiration behind Christian Grey's bachelor pad. It has 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and offers 2,500 square feet of living space along magnificent views of the city. The suite and luxurious is worth a mouth-watering sum of $18.5 million. Many of his fans often wonder why Cristiano doesn't choose to make the apartment his permanent residence since it's his most expensive one. We can only guess that he has some of his reasons for making that decision. He also has a vacation home in Malaga that cost him a little over $1 million. When he moved to Juventus in 2018, Cristiano had to go house shopping. After a couple of offers, he finally decided to settle for a villa in Turin. Apart from all these houses, he also has his famous Alderley Edge mansion that is currently up for sale and massive in Madeira. This massive mansion has 7 stories, 2 swimming pools, and a football pitch. The Madeira mansion is where Cristiano's mother currently stays, so we can guess he has no plans of ever putting the house up for sale. Cars. Ever since he was a little boy, Ronaldo has repeatedly declared his love for fast and luxurious cars. And now that he is fully grown, he can buy everything his heart desires. When Cristiano is not running around a pitch scoring magnificent goals, he is putting those amazing legs of his to good use by driving some of the classiest cars you can't find anywhere else in the world. He has one of the most eye-catching collections valued at nearly $20 million. Some of his cars include a Bentley Continental GT that cost him $160,000, a McLaren Senna worth around $1.2 million, a Mercedes AMG GLE 63 worth $140,000, the good old Range Rover Sport, and of course his favorite Ferrari, the Ferrari F12. This isn't his only Ferrari, as he owns 2 more Ferraris and a Chevrolet Camaro. He has a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, Lamborghini Aventador, and a G-Wagon Brabus with a price tag of $600,000. He didn't stop there. He went on and added 3 Bugattis to the already massive collection. The Bugatti Veyron, worth $1.9 million, Bugatti Chiron, worth $2.3 million, and the ultra-rare Bugatti Centodeci, valued at $8.5 million. Now that's a collection. Watches. To be very honest, Cristiano Ronaldo stands on expensive watches is not completely known to us. However, he has been spotted in some expensive Tag Heuer watches during his many Ballon d'Or award nights. One in particular occasion, Cristiano was spotted wearing a $160,000 Jacob & Co. watch. An endorsement deal exists between both Cristiano Ronaldo and the company, so it comes as no surprise that he was spotted wearing this watch. He also has other watches, but the Jacob & Co. watch is said to be his most expensive one. Philanthropy. With 3 kids of his own, Ronaldo is a lover of children and goes out of his way to help children all over the world. In 2011, he auctioned his European Golden Boot and donated the $1.4 million proceeds to building schools in Gaza. He is one of the biggest donors of the Save the Children Foundation and is also an ambassador for UNICEF. Most of his winnings and bonuses are usually donated to these foundations, the Red Cross and several other causes. There is an entire list of charitable work he has done so far, and it doesn't look like he plans on stopping anytime soon. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Tell us what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like. Stick around for more videos, and check out our previous videos while you wait. See you soon.